I cut it off.
Some funny sound to make.
Something silly. We threw you off your game.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, that's cool. I think it went pretty well.
Yeah.
Not too bad, other than the snafu of not putting in the notes that you specifically asked for.
Okay, I'm gonna build these 8 decks now.
All right.
The winners of the Pauper's Brewers Cup. And I still do not understand the first deck, the Eidolon and On by Tom Scud, the winner of the first Pauper Gauntlet. Tom Scud won the first Pauper Gauntlet, not his deck.
Right.
But this deck is really confusing to me.
What's it got in it?
It got Enigma Eidolon, Entropic Eidolon, and Aurora Alien. Eidolon.
Alien?
Aurora Alien. And the engine is like Cavern Harpy and Tortured Existence.
Yeah. So you're bouncing.
You get, when Cavern Harpy enters the battlefield, you get the Eidolons back from the graveyard to your hand.
All right.
And then you play them and sacrifice them. I'm like, what?
Huh.
So we're starting Brewers Cup. Eidolon and On.
Eidolon and On and On.
So I wish we had a link to just the deck list on the website. So you could like export and import.
Which website? Our website?
Yeah. I'm at...
oh, yeah. No, you got to copy and paste. That kind of sucks. If anybody out there can help us with some API for whoever I think Card Hoarder said that they have an open API.
They do.
And if someone could help us with the Card Hoarder API, and it would also help them out because Card Hoarder has been supporting our tournaments. They are very nice. And it would be cool if we could, in turn, use them for our deck lists. Just throw that deck list up there, buy the cards, real easy. Super easy. All right, I'm going to I'm uploading the show now because, oh my god, I have nothing for an article tomorrow.
Well, I loved your video recap thing.
Yeah, it's just I've been working so much.
What's been happening at work?
Oh, my boss flew into town, so I have to go up there.
You have to actually do something?
Yeah, exactly. You know how it is.
That's a shame.
So yeah, he's like normally in Washington.
At a safe distance.
At a very safe distance. I'm safely in my underwear at my house.
God, I don't have Cavern Harpies. Why?
You don't have Cavern Harpies?
Yeah, gotta get them. I'm sure one of my bots.
What the hell is that?
So having bots is pretty good for picking up random cards when you need them.
I'm sure it is.
But I should have a full playset of Pauper on this account because of the gauntlet, and I ran the last gauntlet off this account, so...
I would have assumed Cavern Harpy was in there. It used to be a big player.
Yeah, for the first Pauper Gauntlet I had a special account for the gauntlet, but that just turned into nightmare when I tried to move cards.
Oh god. Logging into both, doing all that crap. Yeah,
so Roberto, can you explain what happens in this deck? Or anyone else on the chat?
Dan needs help.
Yeah, Demir Infiltrator transmutes into something. Into Cavern Harpy, of course. And is a multicolored stuff to play. 1 Cloud of Fairies. Why? So there's obviously some broken thing I can do with that. I can transmute into the Cloud of Fairies. And then I go off. But how? And of course these decks were submitted and there was a lot of work in them, so I want to make them justice. Do them justice is the English phrase, right?
What was that? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that last part.
I want to sort of represent these decks well
Oh, yeah.
when playing against Bava, and I feel that I cannot represent this deck. But I boastfully picked all the winners to play against Bava. He offered me the choice, so now I have to like understand how this deck works.
Have you bitten off more than you can chew?
Discard everything to Vampire Hounds, get everything back with Harpy. Okay, and then step 3, profit.
All right.
So how do I find the Vampire Hounds? They are like 4 or something. No, 3 mana.
4 tickets.
No, the mana. I have 4 copies, so maybe I have 1
Oh, okay.
in hand. Oh, Bottle Gnomes in the sideboard. I would not have come up with this deck in 1,000 years. Pretty interesting brewing. Tom the Scad doing serious brewing.
I have accepted that I'm not a brewer.
Neither am I. But I feel that I can play others' decks some of the time. Yeah. But this is a test. 3 Chainer's Edict for the sideboard. 1 Echoing Decay. This week's finance tips for Pauper: pick up Queer on Rangers. The promo version in foil is now super cheap.
Well, that's pretty cool. I think that's what I have. My 4, the promo foil.
Yeah. Okay, I get this deck. I have this deck now, so I will move on to number 2. Esper Blinky Facts from week 2 of the Brewers Cup. This sounds like a deck that I can figure out. This sounds like something I would do.
Cool.
Blinking artifacts and playing mid-range.
Mid-range, gotta love it.
That's my second nature.
It's just what I do.
Yeah, so what do we have here? Esper Stormblade. Luther Ilkor is the backup for Vampire Hounds in the Eidolon and on deck. If you Aethercast Knight. Ethersworn Shield Mage. Is that the Soulbound guy? No, it's not.
Shieldmate.
This is from my time away from Magic.
Like Egalon's Shieldmate was the hexproof one, or something like that. I forget what it's called. Shieldmate. I don't remember what Shieldmate is.
Sanctum Gargoyle, I know that guy.
Oh yeah.
And 3 Muldrifters, that has to be an error. Always play 4 Muldrifters. It's the treasure cruise of classic Pauper.
Of course it is.
As you can evoke it, if you have to.
Oh, how did
So it
that?
doubles as divination. 3 mystical teachings.
What was I gonna say? Oh, excuse me, I'm tired.
Yeah, this must be late for you.
It's very late. I gotta go to bed. But I was gonna say about Muldrifter. It seems in every format it's played in, it's always good. Like, I mean, every time it's in limited, you want it.
It's very telling that it's not played in modern.
That is strange.
It's 5 mana is too much for modern.
It's just too much.
You have to do like Thundermaw Hellkite level stuff. If
for 5 mana. Yeah, okay. I gotcha. But yeah, limited, very important. Pauper,
I was trying to squeeze a Thragtusk into the Tron sideboard.
Yeah?
But I just couldn't do it. It's too much mana. Even for Tron.
In my, what do you call it? The Tooth and Nail deck.
Yeah.
I have a Thragtusk against Burn. It's very handy. Because you can do 2 things.
Do you ever get to 5 mana against Burn?
Oh, the Tooth and Nail? Yeah. Sure you do.
Okay, then you ramp like with something.
Everything's ramp.
Yeah.
It's ramp. I don't try to go stompy on them. I try to ramp until then I can play a primal command if I need to gain 7 life and go grab a creature.
The fact that Burn now has 8 spells that negates life gain is pretty disheartening. I think it has improved the Burn matchup against Tron quite a bit.
Oh, no kidding.
I'm going to write an article about that on Sunday.
But they've turned Burn into a multicolored one. It was kind of splashing white for Boros Charm.
Yeah.
And now it's full Naya. So it can do Boros Charm and Atarka's command. What the hell's up with that?
Yeah, but Tron is not going to attack its mana base, so...
That's true.
I've done that some of the time, though, if you can resolve an early Karn. But you don't often have the time to pick off lands. Oh, Dismantling Blow! I don't have that card. What the hell? What is it? Destroy target artifact enchantment kicker. Okay. Well, I think I can get it. And the sideboard Swamp.
What the F?
Muldrifter plus Revelark. That's my kind of combo. Sideboard Swamp. So I'm missing the 2 Dismantling Blows. I should probably make a list here. 3 Cavern Harpies. That's my shopping list. 3 Cavern Harpy, 2 Dismantling
Shopping list. Right.
I'll give this to my wife and she has to go and find
it. Just go to the
We're
magic
moving to
market.
deck 3. It's Little Heroic Boros. Well, my track record with heroic decks is not the best. But I think I know how this works.
What am I missing? Why is it not here? Where am I? Who are you? What's going on? Where am I going? You're Dan.
Yeah. 3 Brute Force, 4 Defiant Strike. This is like Theros breaking into Pauper. Finally. God's willing, these are great standard Pauper all-stars, but we don't see them much. Lightning Bolt actually gets played in Classic Pauper some of the time, but it's amazing how little it gets played. Actually, Lightning Bolt isn't good enough for Classic Pauper often.
That's insanity.
Yes. So you have to do 4 damage for 1 mana. Or do it twice.
I don't want to hear those blasphemous words anymore.
Oh, here we have 2 Firebolts as well. In the Heroic deck. 3 Reckless Charge. That's a pretty good card with Heroic.
Oh, Reckless Charge? Oh, yeah. What about that
Dragon
new
Mantle
one?
makes the cut.
What about that new...
That new what? The M15 card. Did you die, Brennan? Brennan! Which deck is yours? Roberto, was the Blinkit artifacts your deck? I didn't notice, sorry. That's the deck I like best so far. Laguna Band Trailblazer, not something you see. We seem to have lost Brennan. Maybe he quit as content manager now. Boros Garrison. Ah, deck 10. Okay, weren't there like 8 decks? But I'll do 10 decks too. 9 mountains, 4 plains. That's a clean 60 cards that I had. Building the sideboard. Doom Traveler. This seems fairly straightforward. 2 Electriceries. 2 Erase. More God's Willing. 4 Pyroblast. And Relic of Preenitus. Just 1. How are you sure you will find that when you sideboard? Smelt makes the cut. And we have deck number 3. Okay, I'm gonna check out deck number 8 now. Torture Transmuter, okay, we'll get to that. But now it's time for Distant Spirits by Greater Gargadon. Greater Gerardon. Brewers Cap, Distant Spirits. Not standard Pauper, but Pauper. Hanakami. I don't have Hanakamis. What the? Okay, they go on the shopping list. As many other players, I quit during Kamigawa. But that was because I was running my own company at the time. Death Denied, 2 of those. I actually liked Kamigawa quite a bit, though it wasn't as good as the sets before it. Thief of Hope. No Thief of Hope! So we need 4 Thief of Hope. These are like cards that haven't been played in 2 Pauper Gauntlets. Petalmain Baku, I have a bad... Oh, I got that! Elderpine, I remember playing. 2 Elderpines. So I assume this is just getting value from getting spirits back. Oh, a lot of thought went into this. I have to read the comment in detail. I will do so before I play the deck. But I have to assemble it first. 1 Devouring Greed. If you can tell me how to play this deck, please do so. 3 Nameless Inversion, not 4. The last one in the sideboard. And this Aeoned Ancestor. I don't know what that is. Let's check it out. Oh, it's the Outlast guy. Oh, I know that guy. Shimmering Glass Kite. Yeah, had those. 3 of them. And Distant Melody. So that's why it's called Distant Spirits. It's the 4th one in the sideboard? No, it's not. 3 Evolving Wilds. 3 Terramorphic. 2 Jungle Hollows. 5 Forest. So I should be missing 8 cards in the deck. Building decks in version 4, always fun. 2 islands for a 52 card deck. It's a 51 card deck, how is that possible? Okay, gotta go back and check that when I got the other cards. Devouring Greed for the sideboard. Moskami, that's the fog guy, isn't it? Moskami for the sideboard. 3 of them. Okay, let's look at Moskami. No, it's definitely not. It's a 6 mana 5/5 trample. That doesn't look good enough. Maybe for blocking affinity creatures, but aren't you like dead by the time that gets it into play? Spider Silk Armor. Or is there a way to cheat spirits into play? Waking Nightmare, 4 of those. Okay, looking at Waking Nightmare. Oh, it's Mind Rot, but it's an arcane. So we're doing arcane stuff as well. Going full Kamigawa block. Horobis Whisper and a Torch. So there's obviously a mana engine here of some sort. And a Shinin of Life's Roar for that matchup where you really need Shinin of Life's Roar. Okay, that was deck number 4. 4 decks to go. All Deaths Welcome by Modern Fever. Exploit! I love some exploit. That's your fault, Roberto. Brewers Cup. All Deaths Welcome. If I had the time, I would play all these decks for practice. But that will be rough, depending on when Bava wants to schedule the matches. Falkenrath Torture. Doom Traveler. Great card. Bloodflow Connoisseur. So we are now sacrificing like Doom Travelers and stuff to the Vulture's Aven. An Unruly Mob gets mad. Corsi Sadist. Okay, trying to spell Corsi. I don't have it. 3 Corsi Sadist. What is that? Let's have a look. It's a Dragons of Tarkir card. It's the exploit. Target one loses 2 life and gain 2 life. That seems really bad, unless you get some great effect from sacrificing it. But maybe it's mana efficient, and that's why we're playing it. Cathedral Sanctifier. Doesn't he come into play and give life, not when he dies? Maybe you need that to live long enough. What about the 2 mana 1/1 that gives 4 life? Here comes the All-Star, Vulture's Aven. Well, I know him from Standard Pauper. And Loyal Cathar seems like a pretty good creature to exploit as well. I even add an extra one. Tragic Slip. Oh, love that card. So good. Gather the townsfolk so they can be exploited. If the gods are willing. Now I managed to add Commune with the gods to the deck instead. So I got to find that and remove it from the deck. There! The last god's willing in the sideboard? No. Reeve Soul makes an appearance. Do I have it? No, I don't. It's on another account. My Bone of the Gods account where I play Limited. Of course, I have all the Phantom points. Bone Splinters. Plenty of those. Scoured Barons. 3. Only 3. That's an interesting number. 8 Swamps. 9 Plains. Leaving we made a 55 card deck because we need 3 Corsi Sadists and 2 Reeve Souls. For the sideboard, Spare from Evil. What is that? Spare from Evil. There must be something better than that. Gain protection. Oh, maybe it's good. I will make no adjustments to these decks, of course. They are the Brewers product. And the Brewer, of course, understands the deck much better than I do. Revoke Existence. 3 of those. If you are a brewer and you are watching this on YouTube or something, you should, and you have a sideboard plan, please give that sideboard plan to me. Because I will make sideboarding decisions that you will not approve of. Phyrexia's Cure, no, Phyrexia's Cure. Phyrexia's Cure, that doesn't sound healthy. Devour Flesh. Devour Flesh over Diabolic Edict means that we are doing it to gain life. So missing 2 Reeve Soul for the sideboard and 5 cards from the main deck. Moving on to deck number 6. Artificial Sweetener by IcePick23. Where is it? There we go. It's the Tron Challenge. Brewers Cap. Artificial Sweetener. For Pauper. Building the deck. Oh, I have these lands. Urza's Mine, Urza's Power Plant, Urza's Tower. Love those. Remember when we had the discussion if the Urza lands were good enough to play in Classic Pauper after Cloud Post got banned? I distinctly remember being on the side of saying that they were playable. Solely based on the fact that they are playable in Modern. And it turns out they were. Remember the Fallen, 4 of those. That's pretty good. Okay, let's read the notes here. Using the modular guys with recursion, sack outlet. Wow. Okay, that's Bao's comments. We shall see. 3 Salvage Scouts. The thing going on today is that I am building the 8 decks that won the Brewers Cup, the Pauper's Brewer Cup on MagicGatheringStrat.com. And I figured I could do it on stream as I still had to do it. So I could do it by my lonesome or I can plague people with it. So I'm looking through the decks and getting astonished at all the fantastic cards that people dug up for Classic Pauper that I don't remember. And some of them I even didn't have, which was pretty good to know before the Pauper Gauntlet, because I have to have a full playset of Pauper for the Pauper Gauntlet. Currently I actually have all 4 daisies as well. I think I said I was only going to promise to have 2 of them, but I haven't been able to sell my 2. Guardian Automaton. Wow, that's Origins, right? Is that good enough for Classic Pauper? Wow. Well, I should have them from the drafts. Ichor Wellspring. Well, that's a good thing to sacrifice. Origin Spellbomb. This is deck number 5, or was it 6? 4 Oryx Sunchasers. For some random aggression. 3 Thermal Navigators. And 4 Whisper Silk Loaks. That's the Shroud thing. Oh, Unblockable and Shroud. Well, 4 seems a lot, but let's do it. That's 58 cards here because I didn't have the Guardian Automatons. Time to build a sideboard. Circles of Protection. 1 green, 1 red, and 1 blue. Circle of Protection blue, I think, is underplayed in Pauper because it's pretty bad for Delver. 2 Morning Stars. I see them in sideboard from time to time. Not convinced. 2 Disenchants. 3 Oblivion Rings. And 2 Dust to Dust. That's a card I want to see more of. And the famous Mana Tithe. When you can do it, it feels like you are the king of the world. And 1 Sunbeam Spellbomb. And now I see that I added them all to the main deck instead of to the sideboard. So I have to move them to the sideboard. Moving to sideboard, moving to sideboard, move to sideboard. Oblivion Rings are going to the sideboard. I have 10 card sideboard. What else was in the sideboard? Bruiser, Terminator, Morningstar was in the sideboard. Arcbound Worker, Plains, Sanctum God, Dust to Dust. Okay, now I have 14 card sideboard. What's in the wrong place here? Something that's a one-off. Nothing is a one-off. Then I must have the wrong number of something. 2 Disenchants, 2 Morningstars, 3 Oblivion Rings. 1 Mana Tithe. Okay, I'll get back to that later. Oh, it's 2 Circle of Protection Red. Good, thank you. I know this would be helpful to do on channel. 2 Circle of Protection Red. Adding to sideboard. So that's a 58 card deck. Getting the Guardian Automatons later. Oh, we're moving to deck number 7. Blue-White Manifest. Here it is in all its glory. By Honk Bonkington. Brewers Cap. UV Manifest. That's a concept I have not seen in Pauper. Did you like the Brewers Cap? I hope you enjoyed it. I think it was a very good prelude to the Pauper Gauntlet, and I want to see these lists submitted to the Pauper Gauntlet as well. Starting on November 8th, when I go into Pauper Insanity Grind mode. Seven islands. 3 plains, people. Only using M10 lands. Because I am very much don't caring about what version I have. So I had a lot of M10 when I decided to streamline all my land to be the same. So that's why I'm using M10. Hand of Emrakul. 2 hands of Emrakul that we want to manifest. 4 cloud shifts. This looks like a fun deck. 4 cloud shifts, 4 momentary blink. That's like, should be in every Pauper deck. To guarantee fun. 4 brainstorms, setting things up for manifest. 4 spell pierce. 3 days! Oh my god, I only have 2 here, but I think I'll just have to get the other 2 to prepare for the Pauper Gauntlet. If there is a Mercadian Mask flashback deck, draft, I have to sell them. Because they drop 80-90% when that happens. Soul Summons, the very key of the deck. Okay, you need to get 3 Soul Summons. Because I haven't felt that was really necessary for Pauper before. 4 right into being. Okay, 4 right into being on the shopping list. Shopping list is getting long. 4 ponder and 3 preordain. That should help as well. So we are then manifesting Eldrazi dudes and then flipping them. Sounds like a plan. Sounds like fun. Here's Lone Missionary. I think he is the best gain life creature. 3 Oblivion Rings for the sideboard because of everything. 3 Holy Light. It's been a while since we saw Holy Light. But that's decent. I don't agree to mana leak in anything in Pauper. But here they are. And 2 Ivory Giants. What is that? 7 mana, comes in play, tap. Oh, it's the Modern Masters thing. Well, 2 of those. 15 card sideboard, 52 cards main deck. That's good enough. We're moving on to Roberto's masterful creation. Tortured Transmuter. Isn't that a bit similar to the first deck? Oh. You can recur everything. You just don't have a toolbox apart. You have a workshop full of engines. It almost looks at what would happen if a Pauper deck and an EDH deck got together and had a baby. Oh my god, this looks awesome! This looks like pure joy. Brewers Cap, Tortured Transmuter. No, don't be sorry about this. You will be sorry when you see me misplay it, but I will be happy playing it. This looks insanely fun. Okay, some lands. They have colors. Bojuka Bog. 4 Dismal Backwaters. Not for aqueducts. Are you sure about that? Evolving Wilds. 4 of those. 3 of those. Island. 3 normal vanilla islands. 6 swamps and a seat of the synod. I smell a trinket mage. 3 Dimir Infiltrator for the sweet transmute. 2 Shred Memory, that's also for transmute. And Dimir Houseguard, we know what he's for. Mr. Pestilence, as they call him. Perplex, is that the counterspell that transmutes? Yeah. That's a great name for a counterspell. One Exhume. I need a player for Exhume control for the Pauper Gauntlet, because it was in top 10. But David Schaffer can't do it. I'm looking at you, Roberto, to update Exhume control. Or if somebody else wants to do it. I need someone to update the deck and make a sideboard plan. I can provide whatever material I have from David Schaffer. 2 Grave Scrabblers. Well, those are great. For recursion. 1 Flare Husk. 2 Stinkweeds. Wow, what a deck. 2 Crushers. 3 Fume Spitter. Well, I know him. Vampire Hounds. Yeah, there is some similarities here to the first deck. Vampire Hounds. One of those. I think you would handle Exhume control pretty well. Corpse Hauler. Corpse Hauler? Wow. Parasitic Strix. That I do not know. Okay, we're looking at Parasitic Strix, people. 3 mana for a 2/2. When it comes into play, if we control a black permanent, we cast Siphon Soul. Well, looks decent. 1 Capsule. For our friend the Trinket Mage. Deep Annal. Shaner. Murder! That's a card you don't see that often in Pauper. Sylvok Lifestaff. Doomblade. Wow. One Duress for the sideboard. When you really need to get the card that the opponent holds in his hand. 2 Ogre of Skulls. Wow, I'm gonna need a sideboard plan for this deck. or to have you there, Roberto, when it's time to sideboard. Waterfront Bouncer. Because we know it's going to play against one of the other two decks from the same week. Which is maybe not what the decks are built for, is it? Fairy Macabre. Two of those. Another Parasitic Strix for the sideboard. Disciple of Phoenix enters Classic Pauper in this deck. Agony Warp has been here forever. Victim of Night. Tragic Slip. And Repeal. Did I now miss something? No, I have a 60 card deck and a 15 card sideboard. That's all the 8 decks. Okay, Brewers. Any advice on playing your decks? Much appreciated, especially against the other 2 decks then from the same week. Because Bao is going to play one of them. And I think that's it for the stream today. I am going to do some ancient Greek history now, and I won't bother you with that on stream. Because we are doing a fan of history episode about the Greek colonization in the 8th century BC, in a time when the Greeks were actually good at doing state things. Ouch! I didn't say that loud, did I? Okay guys, thank you for checking out the stream. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please comment below on the 8 decks.